G'day, ladies and gents, hope you're doing well. So the Aussie government has just announced a plan to ban social media for anyone under 16. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and many other platforms have been banned for users under 16 years of age. Personally, I think this is a massive overstep. While the government might have good intentions in mind, I do think that this is overstepping the boundaries of children. Social media sites that don't comply with this new act face huge fines up to $50 million. And for people who already own accounts and are under the age of 16, they will eventually lose access to those accounts unless they can prove that they are over 16, which they are not. So unfortunately, they will lose those accounts, which is pretty unfortunate because if you have a lot of data and memories and photographs and stories and all of that kind of stuff, everyone who knows social media would know what I'm talking about. It's all just going to be tossed aside into the void and forgotten about. Now, the government went into this thinking that this would protect children from explicit content and harmful content, particularly from YouTube, which is why YouTube was also added into the mix, which I get the logic and reasoning for, but at the same time, there is lots of harmful content outside of these social media platforms. I'm sure one of them is pretty obvious, and I'm sure we're all thinking of particular websites that make profit off of explicit content, and all you need to do is just tap one button and you're fine. You don't need verification to access these websites. Kids can just click and say, yes, I'm over this age, and that's it. So there's a bit of inconsistency there. I feel like those websites should be targeted a little more, rather than sites such as Instagram and YouTube, where that sort of content is monitored and pretty heavily censored most of the time. Like, YouTube isn't just allowing anything to get on their platform. You're not going to see like ass and tits suddenly show up on YouTube unless it's educational content, of course. But other sites might have that, and they're a lot easier to access, and you don't need any kind of verification to access that content. And to be honest, kids around that age aren't using these platforms to consume harmful content. Most of the time it's for entertainment and to socialize with friends. We always run the risk of encountering harmful content like the government is describing, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or whatever other social media platform there are. We run the risk of running into this kind of content, and I don't think that banning these sites for under 16-year-olds is the way we go about protecting our children. Just recently in the Aussie courts, I don't know if you guys heard, but maybe a lot of Australians working in the education sector might know that unfortunately a man was recently found guilty of abusing children in kindergartens, and a lot of people blame this on poor working with children's checks laws, particularly in Victoria. And I don't know about you, but that seems like a bigger issue, a way more harmful sort of issue than social media. Also, I think there's a bit of backwards thinking because there is a lot of digital literacy education at schools, and where is that all going to go now that we're just banning these sites outright? I think rather than taking away things from children, there needs to be more parental guidance and educational guidance to the potential harms of the internet, because even when teenagers hit 16 and over, the harmful content doesn't stop there. They will still be able to view it, see it, encounter it, unfortunately, right? So it's only really protecting them for a limited amount of time. That kind of content is perfectly capable of traumatizing a 15-year-old, likewise to a 16-year-old, the same way. And let's be honest, social media is pretty good. I mean, it's a very accessible platform where people can share their thoughts, opinions, talk to one another, socialize. It's a very easy way to get contact with people. It's a very easy way to consume entertainment, share hobbies, share interests, all that kind of stuff. Social media isn't all bad. Of course, it's not going to be all good, but I don't think that banning social media for under 16-year-olds is the way that we address this problem. Personally, I think that there should be more incentive to teach children the dangers of the internet, but also to enjoy it, because it is a very big part of our lives now in this, grand modern age. And we shouldn't be restricting and punishing children because of the actions of someone else. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd be happy to discuss them in a respectful and meaningful manner. So this act really did catch me by surprise. I didn't actually think that it would go through, but here it is. It's going through, and people like, my little brother aren't going to be able to talk and socialize with their friends on Discord anymore, or watch YouTube videos, or any of that kind of stuff. So that's the Australia that we live in now. But anyways, guys, just leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.